Smash.
All right, welcome to this episode of Smash. Steven, what are you wearing?
You said wear a helmet.
I said, yeah, but we're reading Caught Up. It's a motorcycle book, so I meant a motorcycle helmet.
This is all I have.
Okay, you know what? I'm taking it off then. You know what?
I kind of like what
You
I
can't
look like
commit
in
to
this.
the
This is
bit.
actually nice. It's a good color
Then
scheme.
I just. And now I can't. Okay.
Hey, you know what? You should buy me a motorcycle helmet. I don't even
I
have
have
a
an extra
motorcycle,
one.
but
I don't think I'll
I
fit
want to
you,
get a
but-
motorcycle.
They're
I'm in
fine.
my midlife crisis. I want to get a motorcycle.
You
now.
should know what? This is the time. It's always a good idea to get it when you're feeling the lowest, is getting the most dangerous way of travel, honestly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, right? It is quite literally the most dangerous way you could possibly travel.
Not if you just go to the store every day.
Statistically speaking, most likely, but it's fine. Okay. This
All right.
episode of the SmashCast podcast, no helmets.
SmashCast podcast. Well, this one is a little small. I washed it in hot water and it shrunk. So
You washed a helmet?
as a joke, you shrink things. in
Oh,
hot
okay. I was
water.
gonna say I didn't know. I've never watched. Well, you can't. So for this,
Yeah, you should
You
not
can't-
believe anything I ever say.
that's fair. You can't take the inserts out because it's got like padding. You take these out and you can wash those. So.
How much is in one of those helmets?
This one, $450.
This is like $14.
Yeah, well, that's meant for like
Probably
5 miles
probably
per.
won't, yeah, probably won't do as much help.
It's a little more of a dense.
Mm.
Plus, and then you have to get the cool but can't see at night reflective visor.
Right.
So otherwise,
I'll get the add-on for this pink one.
yeah, shit. Well, the other thing
I'll
is,
get the adapters.
the other thing with this, if you don't have that, it also has where is it? And then, ooh, it's like a
Ooh.
fire jet. Oh,
Nice.
I know,
Smash.
right? Smith. But once you have the tinted visors, no really point in having both. But, anyways, so I have been trying to get a physical copy of Caught Up for like a week now. I don't have one. Target. Yeah, see, there you go. The book that we're going to be talking about.
We're gonna be talking about Caught Up.
Caught Up. I need to get those stickers for the helmet. I'll put them on get like a heart.
Yeah,
and,
I was curious whenever, like, because the first book, Lights Out, the whole mask is like the whole part of the story, but this is just the 5 seconds in the book that he rides a motorcycle, I guess.
Yeah, so he rides the motorcycle. They don't talk about his. Well, first off, that would be very dangerous to have something over where your eyes are.
Just a little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know how we have this dangerous activity? What if we double up on it and
What
make
if
it
we
harder to
just make it
see?
worse? Just
Yeah.
put stickers over the most important part of our face while
Yeah.
we're on this death machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know what it was going to be about. But yeah, there's like a motorcycle for 5 seconds in there, so I guess they just
Also,
wanted it to match, I guess.
Also, I don't know in Lights Out if she specifies it's a blue helmet or a blue mask, but in Caught Up, I'm pretty sure she says it's a black helmet. Because when she's describing seeing him,
I mean, it wouldn't be this color helmet.
well, I mean, red is a common color.
Is it? Is that red? It's more like a
It's like a
Peach.
pinkish red.
it's like a peach.
Yeah, no, that'd be kind of that would be a choice for
That
sure
would be
for a mob
and
boy.
It's a niche choice.
It would be a choice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
so this was your second dark romance book.
it's my second. Was my second. Yes. Number
Um,
2.
Yeah, and now you're on.
There's a
so if you
fly
start-
in my room. You see that? It's gonna go
No.
by the camera, and it's gonna feel like
It's gonna get like really close, and it's gonna be like one of those like. I'm gonna have a panic attack.
what happened? Anyway, it's gonna bother me now. What were we saying? Okay, yeah, number 2.
Number two. So you've done Lights Out, Caught Up, Butcher and Blackbird. Have you started Leather and Lark?
Yep, I'm almost done with it. I've got about a quarter left, maybe less. Getting
What do you
close.
think-
And then
what do
this
you-
just came in the mail today too. Book 3, Scythe and Sparrow.
Nice. And Bryn Weaver just
collection.
followed you, right?
Yeah, she did. She seems cool.
Yeah, she seems nice. I mean, she's duetted 2 of my videos. So they're making Butcher and Blackbird into a movie, and
Yep.
she's all I need is to get her a raccoon, and then she said I could come. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that.
I need to know what that reference is, but I have to read the
You
third one,
gotta.
which I'll start tomorrow probably.
Write this down. Something. Yeah. So you gotta read the last
Yeah, yeah.
one. Okay. So do you feel like you're becoming a dark romance girly now?
No.
Okay. There's no.
Do you want to expound on that?
Yes.
No.
That's what we're here for.
Not
So
necessarily. Okay, the only reason. Okay, I wasn't really a fan of this book or the previous book necessarily. I thought it had some good elements. I like the mob aspect in this one. And then the golden. There's that stupid fly again. This is gonna be rough. Oh, he's got ADHD. Let's add a freaking bug. That's gonna make it worse. There's always a fly. There's one single fly in this room. I guess it just never dies. I don't know. Anyway, so I like some of the elements of these books, but this series here I really like because it reminds me of like the Boondock Saints. And it's like a whole different thing. Like, I didn't really care about the spice in this book, but you don't get the spice in this book until like the very end anyway. So
it is very slow burning, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting story. Same thing with book 2. There's no spice as of yet, and it's kind of the same part. But that's why I like it. It's like a good story.
Spicier. I would say book 2 is spicier than the first one. I think book 2 is the spiciest of the 3.
Well, I have yet to get to that part. The first one, none of the murders, none of the ice cream, none of that bothered me. I was like, okay, whatever. Stupid. And then it gets to the part at the the end where they're at his brother's house, and then they make their own fancy sauce, and he spits it into her mouth. That one, I was like, oh god, that was gross. And then people are worried about the ice cream. I'm like, this is worse. You know what I'm talking about?
I think the ice cream's the worst to me. Especially because the twist at the end makes that worst in hindsight, I think.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I think so.
During the spicy scene?
They spit the special sauce into each other's mouths?
Yeah, I'm speaking code. He makes fancy sauce.
And
inside of her, and then he puts it in his mouth, and he spits it in her mouth. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I don't remember.
How do you not remember that? Somebody remembers that.
It's been a minute. I'm sure.
Maybe I read a different. I read
I'll have to go
I read
back.
a different copy.
It's been a minute, honestly. It's been a while since I've read it.
Well, that was gross to me.
So. It seems like something I would do, so I don't know. It sounds like fun to me.
So you are the dark romance girly.
Yeah, I am.
But no, to answer your question, I don't know that I'm really a dark romance girly. I just like a good story.
Yeah, because the aspects that you seem to enjoy are not the parts that are the main focus for other people.
They're not the sales pitch of the whole thing.
They're not the sales pitch for the. I don't care about that. That's the whole point.
That's the reason it's a book. Oh well, I didn't get that vibe. Sorry.
Oh,
but I think Brynn is a good writer too. The way she explains things and the words that she uses, she's a good writer.
I think. For Navessa Allen, for Lights Out and Caught Up, I think the chemistry between the characters is what I really like. The banter is very good to me.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I like these books. This has good banter.
Yeah, I think that relationship building is very important for books like these if you're going to not be in it for just the spice, and I think that is very well done for both. Well, for all 4 of the ones you're currently reading, but for specifically Lights Out and Caught Up. Okay, so let's focus on Caught Up. Let's try to do this without spoilers, and then we'll get to a point, and then we can discuss.
Well, I already spoiled one part of it. Well, that was a different book. Never mind. Go ahead.
It was a different book, so
spoiler for
a little bit. Well, I mean, they end up together, so you don't know for certain, but. It would be a rough book if they didn't end up together. It's
like when you turn on a rom-com or just a chick flick in general. You know these two characters are going to get together.
Yeah, they have to.
Happen. Yeah. You're rooting for that. It's predictable, but it's a fun time.
Yeah, if it doesn't end that way, people don't like it. It's like,
why would I watch this? She's with him now. Gross.
Yeah, he's the worst. Caught Up. So let's discuss.
Caught up.
This caught up.
You know what? People were very excited about my Bluey cup in the last video, so
I saw some of the comments.
There's a cameo once again for Bluey.
I have my
Just got a vagina on it.
fourth wing. Yeah, that's my thing. Actually, I do have a.
Sorry.
I have a mug that says something like "my dirty little slut" on it or something, and I'm like,
of course you do. Of course you do.
It's from Madness. From Madness, the Lord series. It's a quote from it or something. I can't remember exactly what it says, but I have it in my closet. And I was like...
Yes, you have it in your closet, yeah.
Or I have my cupboard, not my closet. I keep it in my closet.
Get it out. You need to let it out of the closet, buddy.
Yeah, I gotta... Well, the thing is, with that book specifically, I know the voice actor. His name's Corbin. He's very nice. But every time I hear any clip of him, I'm like, I picture him saying it. So sometimes I want to text him and be like, hey, Can you stop being hot? It's ridiculous.
Stop being attractive.
Stop being, yeah.
It's making me feel weird things inside.
Yeah, I've talked about scheduling calls with Eric Nolan too, who is
Eric Nolan?
Eric Nolan is the voice actor for the third book of Butcher and Blackbird. So he is for Scythe and Sparrow. He's the guy. He's also the Devil of Dublin on Quinn, and in the book Devil of Dublin, that's who he is. We've messaged quite a few times now. He seems very nice, but he's another one that I'm just like, I can't associate, like, I can't meet these people and become friends with them, but then also, like, listen to them read, like, smutty stories to me.
A little different, like
it hits weird. It's a weird point. It took days for me, or it took me like a couple hours to get used to it with Corbin because I'm like,
yeah, because you do readings on your whatever you have, your OF. You do readings for that, or your Patreon?
Yeah, so...
And I'm sure people enjoy that, but if I was to listen to it, I'd be like, waiver, stop it.
Yeah, because I send the writings to quite a few of our friends and stuff, but I'm like, I'm not sending you the voice one. No, I'm not doing it, thanks.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's focus. Caught up. This is why I have to write the questions down, otherwise we get nothing done. We
got to catch up on this book. Get caught up here.
Let's go. Caught up. Okay, so first off, my personal biggest gripes. Yeah, first thing. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Okay. I'm good.
Get the pleasantries out of the way.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
My personal gripes, the biggest things that drove me nuts, and it was twice, she didn't describe the bike or the car, what they were. And I know this is such a weird thing and most people don't care, but I'm a car guy and I like motorcycles, and she doesn't tell you which kind of either are in the book. And that's important to me.
I think you made a video about that today, didn't you?
Yes.
You're talking about cars for something. Was it this book?
Oh no, that was a different video. That was about explaining how if you spend $500,000 on a nice Porsche, it won't get nearly as much female attention as if you bought a 60s Impala, which is from the show Supernatural, or a '69 Camaro, which is from the show.
And you would know this from experience. You've bought both.
I have not. I would totally. Actually, I don't like the Impala that much. Which every time I post that, the Supernatural girlies are like, "What? It's not my favorite. It's too dang long. It is like a boat. It is one of the longest vehicles they've ever made." And the reason they did that...
I forget you're a car guy, and then my eyes just glaze over when you start talking about, because I don't know anything about cars.
Okay, well, then I won't explain too much, but the reason they picked
you can explain it. I just don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Well, the reason they picked that car, it's not a car thing, it's because I saw an interview about this, but the reason they picked that car is when the creator of the show was explaining it to his neighbor, who's like a hot rod guy. He was like, which car should I use? We think we're going to use a classic Mustang. And he's like, no, use the Impala, because you can fit a full human body in the back of this car, and that's why they chose it. So...
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Good to know.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Impalas, or they're in that song, 20-inch blades on the Impala, caller, get laid tonight. You know that song?
I do.
Any idea what I'm talking about?
I know the song vaguely.
Yeah, it's a rap song from a billion years ago. No, it's a country song.
How old was I when this came out, Steven?
You were a fetus, probably.
Fetus. Anyway, so no, in the book, she, as a car guy and a motorcycle guy, she does not say what either of the ones he rides or drives is.
Does she say it in the first book? Because he's a motorcycle guy. Does it say what he has?
He's not a motorcycle guy. Josh doesn't ride a motorcycle.
Oh, he doesn't, does he?
No. Butcher and Blackbird does.
See, it's all blending together.
I know it
There's
does
no
that,
hope for
man.
my brain anymore.
It's really bad, especially like they blend together pretty hard. The only reason I know is that I started to write them down, like especially for things like that because I care about that, so I have them tracked out. And Leather and Lark, he drives a classic Camaro, '69 Camaro, so you should call him Batman,
Right. Budget Batman.
budget Batman.
I like to call
Anyway,
him
so things I
great
noticed,
value vengeance now.
but not that you're gonna care about this, but I care. So
I am so gonna care. I can't
so
wait to care about this next
in
thing you
Caught
say.
Up, his username is MT90,
Yeah, it's like
1990.
P90X or something like that.
Well, it's MT 1990, but they make a So MT is a type of motorcycle, and that's why I'm like, does he ride an MT10? Which makes sense, which also makes me sad because I hate that motorcycle. I think it's such an ugly motorcycle. I was like, I hope not.
That's why she spoke in code for it,
Yeah.
because you would not like it.
It's just me.
She
I'm the
pinned
only
it
one
with you
that
in mind.
I'm the only one that cared.
I don't think people that read these books care about the brand of motorcycle. They just care that it's a motorcycle.
Well, see, Chantal Tessier, as I learned recently, she does the Lord series. Her husband races Yamahas. She almost in every single book, she talks about Yamahas. It's an R1.
My first guitar was a Yamaha.
Yeah, it is crazy. That company is nuts. It's like, hey, we have motorcycles and then
Yeah.
like appliances and
Yeah.
then also musical instruments.
Yeah, they're really getting after it.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on do they all have the same factory? Do you think they're all like just one direction?
I don't know. Like the guy at the assembly line with the bikes is waving at the assembly line guy with the guitars or something. It's just all in the same room.
It's all in the same room.
I don't know.
You're getting promoted to the motorcycle department.
You just move up.
Sir,
You start off as like pencil erasers, and then you
Yeah.
end up with motorcycles.
Yeah, you get downgraded. Now you're doing like some of the weird, like, I don't even know what the weirdest thing. I'd have to research this. I bet they make some really random stuff too.
Toe rings.
Yeah, immediately to the feet, Steven.
I don't have a foot fetish. It just happens to be.
It just happens to be a toe ring.
It just happens to be a toe ring.
So that was the one thing that really bothered me because
Because they didn't talk about what
they
kind
didn't
of
talk about the car and they didn't talk about the bike, and I'm like, this is.
Yeah, I
important
feel
to
you.
me.
Like I don't like when people don't talk about what brand of clothing the people are wearing in books either.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was like, are you?
I'm a name brand guy. And if
I
they
was
don't
like,
give me that
are you a
brand-
fashion guy? 'Cause this is news
I'm
to
totally
me.
kidding. Whenever they say he put on his sunglasses, I'm like, what kind? What kind of sunglasses are they?
Are they
I need to
Ray-Ban
know.
or are they off like they no name
Yeah,
brand?
are they
like a
Ray-Ban?
peasant? Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart. I'm a Walmart guy personally, but I don't want to read about it.
I want them to be above my pay grade.
Yeah, I'd just look in the mirror if I wanted a book about me.
Yeah, see, it matters to me in a lot of the books. Like, also, if we're talking the other thing in the Lord series, there's a part where he's like on a secret mission and he's driving a car, but he's driving a one of like 4 Lamborghini. Like, they're like, don't make sure nobody sees you. And I'm like, what about the $15 million car you're rolling around in? People would probably notice. Like, did you see anything weird? It's like, yeah, a car that costs more than I'm gonna make in my life was driving around at the same time of the crime. But
Yeah, that's like it used to be when you would see a Cybertruck in the wild like 5 years ago. Like, ooh, what is that? Now you're just like, oh god, there's another one.
I still like the Cybertruck. I
You
like
do?
this.
Oh no, I thought we were
like-
kidding.
No, I like that it's different. Like,
Uh-huh.
when it first came out, it was advertised as like $40,000, and I was like, "That's awesome. That's a cool truck. 40 grand isn't that much." Now they're like $100,000, and I'm like, "Okay, now it's just a bad decision. Like, it's
Yeah.
not good. It's different. So if it was cheap, different, that would be fine. But it's outrageously expensive, different. Like, it's not. Like, the whole thing is just
You
ridiculous.
should get one then. You should get one and take videos in it.
No.
Immediately be
lose-
hated by
I'd
everyone.
lose followers like that. Like, sex appeal.
Well, you may now because you just admitted your love of them. So
I liked them when they were a good deal. Now they're a garbage deal and they're way overpriced. And they're not good at any of the things that they're supposed to be good at. So
driving.
they're not good at driving. The range isn't great. The truck part of it is basically useless. The
Yeah.
frame is made of thin metal, which for a truck, you need like a titanium frame because you pull things.
I feel like this is going to be our most boring episode.
This is
just
a
talking
whole
about
thing.
vehicles.
This is a whole thing.
Now,
will go
you're
down.
in your element now. Like, I'm going to talk about this thin metal. That was my nickname in college, thin metal, for different reasons. But
yeah,
let's get back to this book.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, this needs to be on. You need to be okay. So
I'll bring us back. So you liked the book. You didn't like the fact she didn't talk about the thing.
No, I didn't like that.
The brand, blah blah blah. What else? You liked the first book obviously better.
Yes, I related more a lot to Josh than Junior. I mean, I'm not in the mob, so.
I mean, if you were, you probably wouldn't say on air that you were. I think I saw a video of yours today. You're talking about how this book, people were expecting another golden retriever element that didn't have it, which I like the fact that she didn't just repeat book 1. Same thing with, I mean, just not to get back on this, but book 2 is different than book 1 in this series, which is what you want. It's a different type of character. It's a different dynamic.
Yes.
So that's at least good. She's not trying to do like Hangover Part 2.
Yeah, I think it's just hard because she hit something that, no one else really does. There's never been, as far as I've seen, I mean, I'm sure they probably exist, but there's never been like mainstream golden retriever dark romance character. And I think that having that was a large part of why it was so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will, as I'm saying, this caught up just reached #1 on the New York bestsellers list. So she's obviously not hurting from the first one, the second one. But I think in general, I've seen more positivity about Lights Out than Caught Up.
Yeah, maybe it was just a different, like you said, different take on dark romance.
Yeah, I mean it's more dark romance for Caught Up than Lights Out. It's not like he doesn't Junior at no point doesn't go, my girlfriend, like Josh does.
No, he doesn't. He's got trauma and things in his past.
Yeah,
things he's killed people.
Done. Yeah,
he's unalived people.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the rules on like YouTube for demonetization. I don't know. TikTok is like, did you say the word kill? It's like, get up. Get up. Yeah. But there was no knife handle in this one. So,
no, but what was the icon? There was an iconic. Was there anything iconic?
Yes, but I'm not sure if we want to discuss the spoiler part. Yes.
Barbell Billy or whatever, right?
Barbell.
Mr. Pithin.
Oh, yeah,
that
happens.
Rough.
That well, the sad part is that's not the first. That's such a common thing in these books.
Well,
you get used to it.
Breaking the seal on this. So.
It's called a Jacob's Ladder.
Good Lord, why are we going biblical on this stuff?
Steven's like, no, it's not.
Jacob's Ladder.
That's
what it's called.
That is in fact what the piercing is called.
Oh man.
There's also the one that goes through the end, and that's called something different. It's called King something.
King Satan?
Prince Albert. It's called a Prince Albert.
Oh.
I don't know what Prince Albert was doing, but apparently it was a kinky thing. And then
he was getting after it.
Yeah. So Jacob's
Ladder. This one had the church stuff in it.
Yes, that was the part that I was thinking that is the most. So, which is another thing. Is not the first time I've read that one of these books.
No. That's in old movies too. They used to be like a comedic thing, like, oh, go to the.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much of it away though.
Yeah, let's save the spoiler part for the spoiler part. Okay, what do you think? What did you like, dislike overall?
I think I said this already. I think in previous whatever we've done. But I like the mob element aspect. I remember finishing this book and thinking I'd like to read a fiction book that's just about the mafia. That would be fun.
Have you started?
Because I like the banter that Junior has with his brothers and the whole everything that they're doing in that scene, the mob scene. And then I wasn't really interested in this bias in this book, but I never really am. But I like that aspect, the mob aspect.
You did the audiobook, right?
Yes.
You didn't really do any. I was expecting at least 1 or 2 Italian accents. There was not.
No, but there was one part. So Josh makes a cameo in this book, and the author or the male narrator, whenever he does the voice for Josh too, but he does like this.
He talks like this.
He reminds me. normal voice in his
Yeah.
other character. And then when Josh goes, I'm Josh, I'm here again. Like, what? That's not what he sounded like in book one. What are we doing?
I Yeah, he does not sound like that. I think it almost makes more sense, though, I will admit. Like the way he's described in book one, he sounds like a normal guy. Like he's like a normal guy, he's kind of intense, but he's supposed to be this like monstrosity of a human, like 6'4", like your height, but like two of you, basically. Um
So, taller than me twice?
no, like 6'4" and like
Or if you had like a lump
300.
of dough that was me and a lump of dough that was me and you mixed it together and
Yeah.
formed a new
I think
me.
it's like this way. He's just big. He's supposed to
Mm.
be like giant gym muscles that make all the ladies hot or
You
whatever.
could have
they
just
said
said
in
a
the book.
stronger me. You don't have to yell at me and say, oh, there's just two of you, you
Yeah,
pussy.
listen, scrawny.
Mr. Scrawny.
I, I saw it that time.
You see it?
Yeah.
This is going to be the death of me. This fly.
This is the
All right,
worst.
go ahead.
This is the worst thing ever. I think it kind of makes more sense though, because like he's like a normal sounding guy, and in the second one he sounds more like a monster of a human, like size wise. Like he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Like how I would try to sound. He reminds me of like a henchman in like a movie. They're like, "What do you need, boss?" And then she's
Yeah.
like, and then they
What
just
is
yell
it?
at him. Yeah. But
Okay, so I like the mob stuff. Yeah. That's about it.
have you
I
started a
mean,
mob?
I'm trying to think because I have Butcher and Blackbird in the back of my mind now, so it's hard to remember everything about this book. It's all squished together. I mean, this book had more of like a. I feel like their goal was to talk about sex work the whole time. That seemed to be it.
It
There was like
did
a
have
message they were trying to portray.
it.
Which, if you're into that, I guess you would like this book. I don't really care, so it didn't really hit for me.
It definitely did. I am curious why. Not that it's a bad thing, but it is an interesting thing that she took this like the stance about like OF work is basically what it is.
Yeah.
About
Because she infused like politics and working with people
Yeah.
trying to cancel that kind of stuff, and it was like I feel like she had a message she was trying to say for the world, and I think
Yeah,
people
and-
have also jumped on that and started sharing quotes from it in that vein.
I haven't seen those, but I think it's an interesting. I wonder why. I mean, maybe she has a personal feeling about cam work, whatever, being seen negatively, I guess, and maybe she feels like that's not right. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any major opinions on it. I just think that she clearly does. I'm wondering, uh, you know, wonder if there's
Yeah,
a
where it came from, where it stemmed from.
yeah, like a personal reason
Yeah,
for that going on. I don't know. We're not really the hard-hitting politics channel though, so I don't have any
No.
major opinions. I am not versed in this enough.
No, but my point was like I felt like she was.
No, she
That was a
absolutely
big
was.
aspect of the book, and if you're in that culture, I guess this would hit home. I'm not, so the mob aspect I liked more because I like mafia stuff.
I don't know a lot of bookish women that are also cam or like smex workers. I don't know any. I'm sure they work.
Schmecks.
Well, that's what I always do on TikTok because if you say sex, then you get banned. But if you say smex for some reason, they're like, I don't know what that means.
Just, oh, is that a new word?
Sums up with that word, but I don't know what it is.
Let's give him 12 million views now. 'Cause
Yeah,
we don't know what that means.
The algorithm is like, okay, we're gonna let this one through.
It's like a lazy guy at the freaking airport security. What's in the bag? I don't know. Who cares? Just go.
Yeah, it's like two kids in a trench coat. Oh no, something's going on with that guy, but we're gonna let it go.
We're gonna let it slide.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she definitely had a stance on that. I liked the roommates, I think. The character, like they're supporting. I just thought the banter was good with the roommates, with Lauren's roommates.
Oh yeah. Forget the name of them, but they're also in the
Ryan
same field of work
and-
that she is.
Is it Nicole, I think? You have the book, but I don't know it off the.
I don't remember, but yeah, they had some nice dynamic.
Yeah, I thought
They
they were
seem
very.
to be tightly knit, which is fun.
Yeah, I
Kind of
think.
like a sitcom kind of roommate kind of
Yeah,
style.
And I think that's what I like about her books is that she does Like I think I've already said the banter between all of them is very believable. Like it doesn't feel forced. It feels like okay, I could see this actually being a conversation. Because even if it's not relevant to the plot, it feels very like just okay, this is naturally occurring. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Dialogue is hard to write and
Yeah.
write well. Because sometimes you'll listen to dialogue and it just sounds like the same person is always talking, even if it's a different character.
Yeah.
But that's also with reading the book. If you listen to the audiobook, you can obviously tell the difference.
Yeah, because
So, but I think she does dialogue well.
Ryan for the audio was played by a different person.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Oh,
actually
yeah.
Ryan and a few of the side characters were the special guest voice actor who I do not remember, but yeah.
So it's easy to decipher that, but even on paper, because I've read a little bit of this also. I
Yeah.
did most of the audiobook, but I would flip back and forth.
See, I just
believable
can't.
dialogue, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else that's spoiler free before we go into actual spoiler parts?
Spoiler free. There are people in this book.
There's people.
There's
The next
in
one,
there.
the next book is confirmed to be about Tyler.
That's what I figured.
She posted on Instagram today, and that's not a spoiler because she put it on Instagram. So,
Well, yep. Never mind. I was going to say something spoilery. But yeah, that makes sense. So the first one, Josh. Second one, Junior. Third one,
yeah,
Tyler.
and which
is similar to this series. This is a trilogy with 3 different pairs of people.
Well, they're brothers.
Yes, but the same idea, though.
Yeah. Although a lot of people thought from the first book, the second book was going to be Tyler anyways. Like when they read, because she said it was going to be 3 books, and it was going to be a character that was already in the first one, so a lot of people speculated that it was Tyler from Lights Out. So, makes sense.
I wonder what that's going to be like, because Tyler is not Golden Retriever. He's kind of a player.
I imagine him kind of frat bro.
Yeah.
Is what I picture him as.
Yeah. Which is not appealing. So I don't know how you're going to write a whole book about him.
I don't know.
Is that appealing? I feel like that's not appealing. That's like the stereotype of like, I would choose the bear over the frat bro kind of a thing. Right?
Maybe, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a man written by a woman, so I'm sure she'll find a way to make it appealing to her audience. If we wrote it, it would be awful. Like, it would be not great.
Let's do another shot.
Let's do another shot.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be interested. Because Junior obviously is appealing because he's dark and brooding. First one is appealing because he's yay and also dark. So he's golden brooding. Brooding.
He's very particular about his darkness. The things he's dark about.
Well, his dad was his dad.
Yeah, his dad was. His dad was. Yeah.
The Barbie doll face man or whatever.
Yeah, he was a murderer, and a handsome one apparently.
Well, you have to say schmurderer.
Schmurderer.
You're a schmurderer.
And he was a manable.
It's a schmanable.
Yeah, schmanable.
Just say schma to any word that's suggestive.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the spoilers. Also, I don't know how you edit this on YouTube, but I think we should have like a tune back in at this point.
We'll just have like I think you can do. Yep. You can have timestamps, non-spoiler, spoiler. What do you mean? What are you saying right now? What are you saying right now?
Because we're going to talk about the spoiler parts of it, and then I figure we'll do questions at the end. So do we just add a text that's like, skip ahead to this time for a spoiler-free?
I think we just do timestamps.
Cool.
We could do an intro that says, or I could put it in the bio. I don't know. I like, once again, how we're talking about what we're going to do while we're doing it.
I think it's a good plan. I think it's
a good plan. We're going to hash things out on this podcast during the podcast.
Can we edit it while we're talking?
You know what? Let's just say, because it's in real time. Okay.
Okay.
So far, I will say this. I've had nothing but positive feedback. This could be the one with like, you know what? I think we've had enough of y'all. This was it.
This is it. I keep expecting someone to have anything negative to say. And besides people being like, the audio kind of sucked in the first one.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. And that wasn't even really a critique. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know. We started the thing off by you saying we suck. Or I
Yeah.
suck, really, because I messed it up.
That's a team effort. Okay. Spoiler time. Let's
Spoiler
get into
time.
let's
I
get
like how
into
we're actually talking about a book this time, though. It
I
may
know,
be
right?
more
We picked a book.
appealing.
Okay, so caught up spoilers. Few things. What did you think of the church scene? Because obviously you said you're not into the whole smexiness, so the
I mean, I'll read if it's in
confessional.
there. I think it's pretty well known. I'm a somewhat man of faith, so stuff like that, it's not like for me, but I get the appeal. It's also kind of fun for people, I guess. So
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm looking up how much a confessional costs.
to have in your house.
Those things are huge.
I
and
mean, they're
like
free to go to. You don't have to pay. It's not a ride at
not for what I'm
Disneyland or
gonna
something.
use. Not for what I'm gonna use them for.
Oh, you're saying like some niche building, like, hey, you can rent out these things that were once confessionals and make them into a freaking the power of lust compels you
Yeah,
kind of a
exactly.
thing.
Thank you, Steven. I
Yeah.
don't think the church would let me use them for that purpose.
You know what? Maybe, I don't know. I guess you gotta find the
Excuse
right
me,
church.
Father. I have
Weird
some.
churches out there.
I have some needs.
I
No,
bet they do have this. If this is a thing, I'm sure there's somebody somewhere who
Oh,
has them to rent out.
for sure.
They just buy them off of old churches. Like, hey, we can do that. Don't worry about it.
I've seen them listed on Face. I saw one. I think it was $5,000. I mean, they're like made of solid wood. Like they're like
His teeth were made of wool. Sorry, remember that from the movie? No. I've been reading these books too many times. They quote movies through the whole thing, and it's movies I like, which is a lot of fun.
oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm not a huge movie guy, so
I'm not anymore, but they quote movies I used to watch. So
Did you ever watch Dexter?
no,
It's
I've been
kind-
told I need to because it's similar.
It is. That's the vibe.
Because he's a psycho, but he helps catch other psychos, right?
Yeah, the premise is that he has a dark passenger, which is what he calls it, and so he has to kill people. But then his dad trains him to only kill bad people. That's the premise
Yeah,
of the
so
show.
like the Boondock Saints.
Yeah. I don't know what that is either, but sure. Yeah.
You don't know what the Boondock Saints is?
No.
You ever seen the Boondock Saints?
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie. And they're Irish in there. So it's very similar to.
It's very similar. Okay.
But there's got to be some sort of.
So yeah, the
connection.
confessional I think was my favorite smexy scene.
That was your favorite. I did like how they were doing. Okay, they were in the confessional doing their sex and stuff, and then outside they're talking about baseball or something. And inside they're hitting a home run, and outside they're like, "Oh yeah, sports." That would make me laugh because I don't know why.
Also, I haven't been to a lot of Catholic churches, but everyone I've been into, there's carpet. So I'm like, why does it echo so much in this church?
I'm not Catholic, so I guess that doesn't really bother me.
I've only been in one or two, but well, I guess one had wood floor, but still, it wasn't very echoey. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they have maybe they have like one of those really fancy ones. It's all marble, but I'm like,
I don't know.
questioning. So there's that. Hella voyeurism. They were real into
What does that mean?
The watching of the people doing it.
Oh yeah, at down by the bay kink club or whatever it was called.
I don't remember.
That's not what it's called.
Uh,
Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud. Remember that from Clerks 2? Did you ever see that movie?
No.
You never saw the Clerks 2?
What's gonna be these weird movies? I think they're like
Hey, somebody in this
I'm gonna have to
watching
have
this
a
going, oh, he's bringing out the old classics.
I'm gonna have to
That old timer.
What
These
are
are
they
from
doing?
the 1900s probably, but go ahead.
What are they doing? Is it a voyeurism thing in that movie?
No, they rent like a donkey from Tijuana because they want to see a donkey show at this thing for they're throwing a bachelor party, and this guy shows up with his male donkey, and I'm Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud, and it's hilarious and blah blah blah.
Okay.
All right, never mind.
So
I feel like the fish from Finding Nemo. I am ashamed.
I just like how I'm like, yeah, so voyeurism, and you're like, how about this donkey?
I said because you said kink. I don't know. Voyeurism. Voyeurism sounds like what you're gonna do if you go on like a ship. Let's go voyeuring. That's voyaging.
Voyaging?
I guess,
Yeah.
but it sounds the same. Like we're gonna go voyeuring. Let's let down the sails and woo, full speed ahead, Captain.
I mean, exhibitionism isn't also a kink term. And
That
then
sounds
going,
like a baseball term.
And then going on an expedition is
Like
so they're
exhibition game is
Yeah.
baseball.
Well, it's basically like exploring.
I guess it's not just baseball.
I don't know. So there's that.
People's bodies.
Yeah. So the voyeurism is watching, and then
I'm learning so much from you right now. I should be taking
of
notes.
course, I'm the bad influence.
Voyeurism. Okay. Next. What's next? Expedition system. What'd you say? Expedia.com.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I'm gonna get them all messed up. Exhibitionism is when you like.
Expositionism.
That's when you like to be watched. So if you're the watcher,
Okay.
voyeur, God damn.
I feel like these are just fancy terms for things.
I
They could
mean,
be called something like you just described cucking, right?
cuck holding is a thing. Yes.
Is that where you hold a cuck?
No, cuckolding.
Oh,
Cuckolding.
not cuckolding. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm holding a
mispronounced that.
cuck. I have a cuck in my hand right now.
Cuckolding.
Cuckolding.
There's a reason it's called that. I don't remember why. I think there's like a historical reason.
Is that a bad word?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
We'll
I got banned on TikTok for it.
We'll never get monetized now.
Nope. This is gonna be it.
This is it. This is our final hoorah before
That's
the lights.
a thing. Well, I mean, you did just read a book about kink stuff, so like, it's got terms. Yeah.
Are we talking about Caught Up? Are we back on that again?
We're back on it.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a fan of watching or being watched. But there's a place for that, and that was mainly in this book. Huh?
I haven't done either, so I don't know. Might be.
Neither did Junior, and apparently he loved it.
He was down. He was down for the clown.
I like the weird happy ending at the end. Whenever they're like about to do their first show, and it's like all silly and goofy, and then they walk out, and people are clapping, and like, all right, this is an odd family moment. Let's go with it, I guess.
I like how she's like, her friends are like, woo!
Yeah, like I don't have any friends that would do that or want to be there.
Hey,
like, was my mom gonna be in the crowd? This is my mom. You're doing great, sweetie.
It's got like
Thanks, Mom.
It's like a foam finger. It's like #1 fans.
So, I just didn't see that to be believable. But then again, I don't run with that community, so maybe it's like a big accepting thing, and maybe we're missing out, Squamer. That's what we're in real time. You know, we should go to a show. Take our foam fingers. I'll take my helmet just in case I'm in the splash zone. You know what I mean? And you can take your helmet.
I think, that's what we should do at the Smex Club, is that we should treat it like a sporting event, like the whole time.
It's not where have like our chests painted with like a different team number.
It's like,
or name.
He goes in there and he like spanks her, and it's like, yeah!
Oh.
It's treated like a WWE wrestling match.
See, this is why we will never be welcome in somewhere like that. I would be too giggly, I think. I'd be like, oh, look, there, yay. That would be me. I'd be the
I don't know if you'd be
immature
giggly,
child.
or you'd be like you would be making jokes the whole time.
What? Is it going to fit? It's just random shouts.
Like, he takes, like, in the book, he takes it out, and he's got the Jacob's Ladder, and you're gonna be like, I didn't even know that was a thing! It's like, Steven, shit!
Did it hurt?
I have questions. Hold the show. Hold the show.
Questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just halfway through. So, this is not the movie I was promised.
No. I thought we were here to see a live-action remake of the show, not to watch Pounding.
And then, but also the part where they like clap at the end. That's kind of weird too.
Oh my gosh!
Now I'm picturing like a 1920s after the film. Good show. Oh, just the best.
I have a story that involves clapping. Like applause and smacks, but I don't know that I can tell you on this act.
Maybe let's save that one for later.
I'll save it for later, and if it's good enough, I'll
save it for Patreon or something. We'll start one of those eventually.
Yeah.
No, that part, like, I'm pretty accepting of every kind of that thing, and I have friends that do those kinds of things, but just the fact that they are like, woo! Like, that part was weird. And
hey, what you need is friends like that in your life to hype you up.
I just like can't imagine being like, you just like take it off and someone be like, oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess also they live together, and that's their jobs. They sell. Um, Stop moving. Oh, oh, you moved again. Okay.
Yeah, you,
Uh,
you stopped moving for a second. I think you cut out.
yeah. So, I guess it
How's
wouldn't
your
be.
connection?
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was just a one-time thing.
Hopefully. Um, so I think it's like, they live together and this is their full-time job of just selling it on the internet. So it's probably a little less weird for it because they've all seen each other doing it. It's probably weird for Junior.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this is the first time you're gonna see all of this. Have fun.
Right?
Um, okay, so do you have any specific favorite parts of the book? I know the mob is your favorite overarching, but since we're
Um,
discussing,
I'm trying to think. I was listening to some of it while I was playing Fallout New Vegas. So some of the New Vegas is infused in my remembering of the book. And now I'm like, that wasn't in the book. That was in the game. I was playing in the background while I was listening to the thing. Uh, so now, I don't know. I've read this a couple weeks ago, and I have the attention span and memory of a dying goldfish. So I'm trying. What was your favorite part? I think you just told a couple, but anything else while I try to
well,
think here?
I liked honestly the ending where they like did the confrontation with the dad and she like tases him and then Josh
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
almost
yeah.
like sets an entire house or shuts the entire house down, which he threatens in the first book, and then with his phone because he has connections to the network,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Just the whole, I like that. I honestly just like I like every scene that Josh is in because I think he's hilarious. Like the one scene in the beginning where
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
he gets out of the car and he tries to boop Junior on the nose, and he's like, and I'm imagining this like, like John Cena looking like this massive dude's going, boop.
There's a scene with Josh. That's probably my favorite, just when he's around, I guess. But there's a scene where he's talking to Junior because Junior's asking him to do some technical technology work. I forget exactly why, but anyway, they're having a conversation and he's being funny. I forget where that's at in the book, though. This is a very vague explanation because that's
Is this when they're in
not
his house, in Josh's house, and
maybe.
he's researching the owner of the club? I think that's the part you're talking about because they're trying.
Yeah.
Remember the club is like trying to take all their money because he has gambling debts to
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Tyler. So he's trying to
Yeah.
figure out who owns it.
I like whenever Junior goes to the landlord's house and he ends up taking his fingers or whatever, a finger,
Yeah.
uh, and just kind of working him to buy the club from him. That
I
was
I
sweet.
there's one scene where Lauren is supposed to be like disgusted with the fact that he did that, and I'm like, he is in the like. He's like, what did you do? He's not easily
Yeah.
convinced. He's like, I took a finger. He's like, they reattached
Yeah.
it.
Some of that wasn't very believable in their fight scene there.
Yeah, where she's like, I can't believe you. I was like, this is kind of his whole job. Like,
Yeah,
he's an enforcer for the mob.
this is probably light compared
Yeah,
to what he usually does.
he does say that. He says he's like, that's a Tuesday. No, he didn't say that, but he was like, this is nothing compared to what I've had to do in the past.
Yeah.
Um, no, I just I don't know, I just like Josh. I just like him as a character. He's very goofy, even with the, oh, I'm gonna talk like this voice, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
So for what the book is, what would you rate it with stars? 1 out of 5. Not 1 out of 5. From 1 to 5. What am I saying? You get what I'm saying. What would you rate it?
I think I'm somewhere between like a 3.5 and a 4. Because 5, my lights out is still my 5. I've give very few books a 5 stars, and I loved Lights
Mm-hmm.
Out. I would give it a 5 stars. Um, I think I'm like a 3.7, like somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4, because I really liked it. But it wasn't as good as the first one, but that's almost impossible anyways. So
Yeah, that's hard to do, generally speaking, for any
yeah,
series. Unless you talk about ACOTAR. I like book 2 better than book 1.
I agree.
And the remaining books better than book 1. But then when you can go back to book 1 and
Well,
appreciate it more after you get further in.
That's true. Although I didn't like the Hallmark book, which is book
No, that
4.
was a just a little novella. I've read it
Yeah.
twice, and the second time I read it, I realized there's some information in there that's crucial for upcoming
Oh
stuff,
no,
and it
you
kind of helps
need
you.
it,
Yeah,
but it's just like a winter Christmas episode,
yeah,
like randomly. I don't
yeah.
Okay, what do you rate Caught Up?
I would say probably 2.5 for what it is. Like I'm not in its genre, and this is the only second book I've read in this genre. But in this genre, it scratches the spicy itch for people, so that's good, I guess. It's not written terribly. Um, I don't know, but it wasn't necessarily for me. So maybe 2.5 to 3.
That's fair. I'm curious to
It's
see
not a
how the
horribly written book for what, but for the genre it is. So, but I
no.
don't have a whole lot of stake in the game of dark romance. So I really don't have any. The only thing I compare it to is the first book in the series, which I thought was better
I agree. I thought the person was
because I
better
hadn't
too.
read these other books by then, which I gave Butcher and Blackbird 5 stars.
It's a good book. I like Leather and Lark better, so
It's totally different. That one leans more on the inner darkness, and it's less funny, so it's impacting in a different way, but it's
that's
less
true.
comedic. Still has some
It
funny
is
elements, but I
yeah,
like it also.
I think you'll like Scythe and Sparrow more than Leather and Lark if that's your opinion then, because it's got more funny stuff in it.
Well, and I also like the darkness in book 2. It's different. So I probably am going to end up giving it 4.5 to 5 stars. It just depends on how it plays out. But I also think it's valuable, just in a different way.
Fair enough. Okay. Is there anything
We're more
else?
serious in this episode, aren't we?
I know. Well, we
We're being
gave
more like a
actual
bookie.
book people.
Yeah, we're
Um,
being bookie people. Not bookie,
I
but
mean,
book
we
people. I don't know what I'm saying. Go ahead.
there's still no planning. It's just like let's talk about books, and then any tangent we have, we tangent. So, um,
We we need a shirt that just says "We Tangent."
dude, we gotta start writing down merch ideas like for this thing. We did have the one company reach out before we even really started.
Yeah, I wonder if we should reach back out to them. See if it's worth
I don't
anything.
know. We
I
can
know
see.
the thing I use is, but you have to upload your own designs and stuff, so less ideal. Yeah, I don't want to do all that.
Work. We'll have to figure it out. All right. Do we have anything up with the caught up so we can make this like the
Make it a nice ribbon on the bow. Wait, a bow on the ribbon. What am I saying? A nice bow on the project? Tie a bow around it? Bow Burnham?
Bo
Okay.
Jackson? I don't know what's going on
Bow
right now.
Jangles? Bow Jangles. I don't know what I'm
Bo?
saying.
Okay.
I
All
have
right.
nothing more to say about it. I think I hit
I
all
think
of
we're
the
good.
corners.
Okay. All right.
Good job, Vanessa.
Navessa.
Navessa. I keep wanting to call her Vanessa.
I get
Navessa.
to hopefully meet her in person next year. We'll see.
Oh, why? I mean,
Uh,
where? And why?
I haven't signed the contract yet, so I can't talk about it. But there's an event I probably am going to with her. And then
Here's
we'll
some
meet.
information I can't tell you, but I'm going
I,
to sneak it in. Just
I
make your
should.
mouth water.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right. Let's make this right now, or like 10 seconds ago, be the cutoff for the next thing. Let's
Cut
look at
off.
now. Okay. Got some questions.
Now. All right, let me pull it up. Do you have any questions that you have from your head?
None that I've seen that anybody's asked me. We had like 20 of them at least from that other episode or the last episode that we didn't get to. That's why I'm like, oh wait, I thought we should do. I think we should do weekly, most unhinged DM or comment I've gotten. You can chime in if you get anything crazy, but I'm usually the one that gets them. And I
Yeah,
think
you
it'd be,
go. That can be your segment because I don't really have anything.
yeah. Okay, let's see. The one I got this week, the comment is go until my throat remembers every single vein.
Wow.
It's like
I shouldn't have sent that to you that late at night, by the way. Sorry about that.
I was like, I put it to voice to chat too. I was like, and then I told Chat GPT to read it to me in your voice. That's what I did with that message.
Oh, dude, the next time you're on Chat GPT, I just found this out. You can say, write me a book review video idea in the form of PB Squamer from TikTok or Instagram. I did it to myself using my own name, and it did something resembling what I might say.
Yeah, I did one for the Book Talk helpline. I did that. It was like, write me a Book Talk helpline
And I would like
Uh,
based it off of things I would say. And it would base it off things you would say if you would name drop because you're more popular
I
than I
used
am on
PB
social media.
Squamer's Book Talk Helpline, and I wrote something.
Oh,
It
you
was
did? And
like,
isn't that
yeah,
weird?
yeah. I posted it. I acted it out. It didn't do very well. So clearly, people didn't appreciate the chat
They could
GPT.
tell it wasn't organic.
It was like, I have a new book boyfriend. It's like, it's like, how do I handle this? And it's
Oh, I
like,
remember that
first thing
video.
you're gonna do,
Yeah.
go touch grass. And I was like,
I remember that video.
yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the greatest effort from ChatGPT, but anyway.
Yeah. So I had that. I'm trying to see if I have any others that are crazy. The only other one I have is legit. Don't care if you ever see this, but I absolutely hate how much I want to smother you between my thighs.
Hmm. That's a good time.
Yeah. So those are the two of the week.
Fun. Look at
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Go for the
Okay.
questions.
Let's move into some questions. We got about a couple minutes left. I don't want to go too much longer than an hour, but what made you both start making content and why this type specifically? I started making content in 2019 on TikTok because that was just getting going. And back then it was just dance videos or short form. I don't think you could do anything longer than 15 to 30 seconds at that point in time. So it was just like a offshoot of Vine or a remake of Vine. So I would make funny little parenting skits and started gaining a little bit of traction that way. And then I just played around with different types of content. And then last year I started talking about ACOTAR, and that propelled me into the book space, which I've enjoyed thus far. So that was my journey.
Yeah. I started because I had so many Uber driving stories when I was an Uber driver, and when I joined, you could do a minute. So I started to tell some of the stories. My first like super popular TikTok was like someone was making videos about how rough it was to work at GameStop. And I was like, ooh, I've got good stories about GameStop. So I think I hit my first million view video off of a GameStop video, which was basically like every year someone would trade in like Madden or 2K or whatever sports game. And they'd be like, okay,
Sports game, man stuff, let's
sports.
go.
So they'd be like,
Baseball.
MLB. So they'd be
Go
like,
ahead.
oh, I want the new one. And I'd be like, okay, well, the old one's worth, I don't know, like $5. And they're like, a year ago, I spent $60. And I was like, well, it's worth $5 now. And they're like, well, that makes no sense. And I'm like, okay, well, then why are you getting the new one? And they'd be like, well, I want the new one. And I'm like, well, why don't you like the old one? They're like, it's because it's the old one. And I'm like, you're quickly understanding why it's not worth any money now. And that was just like way over their head every single time.
Well, I don't get it. And if I don't get it, it's not real.
Yeah. So I had several stories about working at GameStop that did pretty well. And then I got the motorcycle and I already had the tattoos. And I saw a bunch of videos or one video where they're like, do men know with tattoos and motorcycles how much Book Talk is obsessed with them? And then went to Barnes Noble or read the books, and now we're here.
What is the appeal? I get for motorcycles because it's like dangerous and who cares. What is the appeal of tattoos though?
I don't know. I mean, as a guy, I just think they're cool. I think that they've kind of still got...
from a female's perspective, like that's a big thing, big trope in book boyfriends. They have to have tattoos. What is the appeal?
I don't know. I think it still carries the like bad boy-esque thing.
Devil may care kind of thing.
Yeah, if you're heavily tattooed, that's kind of why. Because even like now with people where tattoos are kind of commonplace, like
Frickin'
big
fly,
heavy
man.
tattoos are very like, not everybody has them. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I see that they are appealing, but I'm just trying to figure out what's the psychology behind that. You have a degree in
I have a degree in
quantum
physics.
or whatever you have.
They did not go over. They were like, okay, so today we're going to be discussing nuclear physics, and then we're going to go into theoretical physics, and then we're going to discuss why tattoos are hot to women.
Talk
Like
nerdy
that
to
was
me
not.
again.
Oh God.
Why tattoos are hot? Okay, the next question. What is this? Well, let's do this one. This is book related. All the book boyfriends you've read are going to a potluck. What's everyone bringing?
Well,
Josh is bringing McDonald's.
Well, Josh is vegan, so he's bringing.
No, he's not bringing McDonald's. He cooks terrible food. I know that much.
Yeah, he does. Well, that's because he doesn't know how to cook meat, because he's vegetarian.
Oh, because he's vegan.
Yeah, vegan or vegetarian. I can't remember which.
I wonder
but
how he got that jacked being a vegan.
that's something I genuinely thought about when reading it,
Because I
because
know
they
they
were
have
talking
like
about
plant-based protein and stuff, but
they do, but
I
it's
don't think you can
very
do.
it's not as dense. You have to do a lot of
Yeah,
protein powder.
there's a hole in the story.
Because there was a strong man. I saw a video because I live sometimes. But there was a strong
I
man.
pick things up, put them down sometimes.
I picked some things up the other day. Unrelated. No, but there was a strong man who's talked about he was vegan, and a bunch of the other strong men are like, you can't be a strong man and be vegan. It's like impossible. But there was a whole thing about that.
They may have been lying.
So I assume he brings something that's vegetarian and doesn't taste very good. Um, I feel like Azrael brings like napkins or something like that. Like he has no idea.
Azrael brings napkins.
Like something he just like brings it and he's like, I didn't know what to do. And then
Cassian brings. That makes sense. Cassian brings like an uncooked whole pig.
That's
Just flops it on the
exactly what I
table.
was thinking. Actually, I was
Yeah.
thinking a full pig. That he's
Yeah.
like, ha ha, and he slams it on the
It's
table.
not even cooked. It's just a dead animal.
And then he
Hey,
looks
Reese,
around.
get started.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah.
well, I brought it. Like I just
Somebody else do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And he brings a 6-pack or 30. Probably brings a dirty 30 of Keystone or something.
Yeah. Okay.
What does
I feel like
Junior bring?
Junior brings some kind of pasta, I'd assume, because
pasta.
the Italian roots are still there.
Yeah. Let's think. Rowan from Throne of Glass. What's he bringing? He's bringing ham on the bone.
Would he? Does he eat birds? Because he is a bird.
Well, I don't think he is. He just shapes into a bird. He's not like becoming. He's like, oh, my ancestors were birds, so I just kind of got some bird in me. I got that bird in me.
I don't eat
It's not a
chickens
thing.
because I'm in. Yeah.
I think you could just turn into it.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be some weird Fey food that you wouldn't even heard of and be like, oh, my ancestors had this.
Yeah. I got nothing. I wish I had
well, they did
a
have
brain this evening.
Yeah, they had where she worked in the kitchen for that one part of one of the books. I don't remember
specific, yeah.
I don't remember any of the food in it.
Eternally long series.
Yeah, that was a long series. It's a good series.
That is good, yeah.
Throne of Glass is impressive because it's so long, but it holds your attention the entire time. Except for Tower of Dawn, because I still hate that book.
I don't hate it. It's just boring coming out of Empire of Storms.
It's just rude that you're like, hey, remember that thing that you want to know about so bad? Well, here's a 7-hour book that has nothing to do with it, or 70-hour book. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other like really easy to speak to.
That's good enough for now.
Yeah, okay.
That's an answer.
That's enough answers.
You want to do one more?
Sure. Just one more.
Most anticipated book release for 2025.
Well, it was Caught Up, so for me it was Caught Up, and then
I'm gonna say Quicksilver 2. I forget what it's called, because the more I think about that book, the more I kind of like it.
Holy cow! Why am I blanking on the name of the second book? I don't know what it is, but yes, the second one for Quicksilver, I'm very excited about. I forgot that came out.
And I feel like it's gonna be better because she's gonna have. I think the first one was written. She didn't have all the things she needed. Self-published? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Oh, yeah. She didn't have all the like capabilities that she does now.
Yeah, but it took off. So I feel like this one. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be good.
I saw a video with her and her assistant Meg, talking about how she wants to do a Carrion novella where it's just him and his adventures, basically just banging his way through the new world. And I'm like, I'd read that.
I'd read that too. Carrion's fun.
Carrion's fun.
So maybe that one. I'm trying to think if there's another book coming out this year though. I'm also not down with current publications.
I was gonna say I'm really bad at knowing ahead of time, unless it's something I'm like really looking forward. Like Caught Up, I was like, when is it coming? Also, Scythe and Sparrow came out this year, which was 2025, and I was dying for that. Yes.
Interesting.
And that one I was very excited about too. That came out way early in the year though.
I'll have that read by the end of the week probably, because I'm having a good time with that series.
So
yeah, I'll go with that answer.
Okay. Good
Quicksilver
answer.
2.
Which I'm. Yeah, what is it
Huh?
called? Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I'm trying to think of what it's called.
I'll just look it up. What's it called? Let's see. Isn't it something to do with fire?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's smoldering or burning or something.
It's not that. Brimstone. Here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. Brimstone. We were both right at the same time.
Okay.
Brimstone Roman. Why does it say
Nice.
Roman? Oh, it's just Brimstone. I don't know why it says Roman. Anyway, that's just the internet being wrong. Unless there was something. See, it says Brimstone : Roman. See that? I don't know. So that's the one you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's the only one
also.
I agree. It's the only one I'll be like, oh yeah, like that one.
Unless we don't know when this book is coming out. The most excited I am for a book in general is ACOTAR 6.
Yeah,
But I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
At the rate we're going,
we're going to get GTA 6 before ACOTAR 6.
we're gonna get GTA 6 before we get Xbox. You play video games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like religiously, but if I have time, I will play a video game. I'm very excited about GTA 6.
Well, at the rate we're going, it's a meme. So
Yeah, it comes out next May.
let's see.
Supposed to come out this May.
We'll
though.
see.
We'll see. It'll be like
I
I'll
have-
keep pushing it back.
My expectations for that are low. Plus, it'll take 5 gaming consoles just to be able to play it with how much memory it's going to take.
Word.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps up this thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. I sang us out last week. It's your turn.
I know. Do we have to sing every time?
Oh no.
I don't want that to be the thing. I'm going to be nervous every time we start. Oh, I got to come up with a jingle at the end.
You could just sing "Caught Up." Just caught up.
Caught up, got me feeling it. You don't even know that song, do you?
I do that part. That was it.
It's from. It's not from. It's by Usher.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah. This was before you were born, probably.
I was probably like 3 or 4.
What
Okay.
year were you born? 98?
96. Let's see what year "Caught Up" came out.
It came out in 2002.
2004. So I was 8.
4. Okay, you were in your bedroom, not listening to that song, apparently.
At
What
8
did you
years
listen to
old-
growing up?
At 8? No, my mom mostly did classic country music.
Yeah. Good
So-
stuff.
I feel like a woman, probably. Shania Twain was big in my house.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Man, I feel like. All right. And let's end it there.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Okay.
Boom. Tell us what you thought of this episode in the comments. Oh, and if you want to send us an email, we have an email. What is our email?
SmashCast
The
podcast
SmashCast@gmail.com.
Oh, also, hit the little bell at the bottom because it'll tell you when we post the next one.
Hit the bell.
Hit subscribe and hit the bell.
For a spicy scene.
Oh, also, if you want us to get tattoos, we need more subscribers.
Oh yeah, there was a whole thing about if we get 100,000K on YouTube, I'll get a tattoo of a pair of pants on my leg.
Yeah, because as of right now, we're at like 3.6, I think.
Yeah. I don't see it happening, but
Okay.
a man can dream.
I just want a reason to get pants on my leg.
I mean, we could just make up a reason, but that's the one that we said initially.
All right.
Word. Thanks for listening. Hope you all have a beautiful day. I wish I knew how to end. You end it.
Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.
There we
see
go.
you guys next time. Cool.